there's a story where I had done it for like 3 days.
Really?
Yeah, 3 days.
Like, what do you mean 3 days long?
Like no eating, no sleeping,
just
drinking and drugs.
that is wild, bro.
Yeah, and I actually had a seizure from it.
Really?
Yeah.
Freaking hell, man. Tell us about that.
So, basically we were sat on this river bit and we were jumping in the cliff.
Yeah.
And I was actually doing it like mid-air into the water. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, right?
I mean, it's just it's wild.
Yeah.
Welcome to More Than a Brand podcast, bro.
Thank you for having me.
I feel like you've got so much to talk about, so much to give, bro.
Yeah.
So who's Maximus, man? Tell us. Who's
So,
Maximus?
I think Maximus is someone who just wants to help others. I want to create a blueprint. I want to be able to show people that how to live life to the max.
Right.
Maximizing your potential, maximizing, how to just live life to the fullest, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that where the name come from, Maximus?
Well, Maximus, obviously, my dad named me after the film Gladiator.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's what I was based on.
Like Maximus?
Yes, after the Gladiator. Yeah, after the Gladiator.
Wow, so you were a
strong
gladiator,
name,
bro. That's a strong name, man.
Yeah, very strong.
Yeah, can you walk in his shoes though?
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Maybe
Why
one
not?
day.
It's possible, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where it come from. And what's the background? What's your background like in terms of? I see you doing a lot of running, and you're confident what you do. Like, where did that come from? What's the background?
I think it came from originally like in school time. Like when I was in school, I never really got into football. I was always put in goal, and I don't like really staying around still. Like goalies just they only move when the ball's there. You know what I mean?
So that's true.
I never really enjoyed football. I always got into running, so I'd just do laps around the school during PE.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I would get home and just go for runs, and I just keep running.
Really?
Yeah, I just always ran.
Wow.
But then obviously injuries came, and then got into boxing as well. But I think my passion for running is just because I've been good at it for such a long time.
Yeah.
I think that's where it came from.
So, so you always been running. There must be something there that makes you go for a run. Because I tell you why. I personal training background and stuff like that. And before I came into personal training, I was just training.
Yeah.
But there was a reason why I was training.
Yeah.
I can tell you about it later, but I want to see why. Why the running?
I feel like it's just something like with the gym and things like. Obviously, I feel like now with like there's ways to do the gym like just outdoors. But with running, you can do it anywhere, anywhere in the world. Obviously now with like social media, you need all these like special shoes and all these carbon plates. But I mean, I mean, back in the day, like before social media, before people posted about all their Strava, and all this stuff,
you just
like
go out and
you
run.
just go out and run. And
nobody knows about it.
Yeah, no one knows about it. I mean, it's good to tell people obviously that you run
course,
and keep it fit and keep it healthy. But I feel like running is just it's changed.
It has, man. I feel like the whole industry as well, like fitness industry, everything's changed.
Yeah, everything's changed.
I guess we have to evolve with it because it's just one of those
you're
things
gonna get left
that
behind, I think.
You know how it is.
Yeah,
but taking you back to the running, bro. The reason why I'm really digging into this is because when I started training, there was a reason behind it.
Yeah.
I was a young teenage boy. I was trying to navigate the world, and there was so much going on. I didn't know what to do with myself, and the only thing I could use as a weapon to help me navigate was just training. Because I can just go in, like, you know how it is being a man. You need that a little bit of adrenaline. You need a little bit of a fire. So I can only use that in the gym, running and stuff like that. So it helped me like be able to navigate the world, but not fall into traps like drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I want to dig deeper into that running. It must have come from somewhere.
The thing is, I don't know really where it came from. I mean, apparently I was speaking to my mum the other day, and she was quite like athletic.
Really?
She was into like high jump and stuff like that.
Okay.
Long jump.
Okay. So it might be genetic.
Maybe it's genetics. Yeah. I mean, so I am quarter Nigerian, quarter Swiss. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Nigerian and Swiss.
Yeah.
Bro, you're
half English.
A sick hybrid, bro.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's an interesting mix. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So your background is in the military.
Yeah. So.
You mind talking about that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So when I was like 19. During school, I didn't do too well in my GCSEs.
Yeah.
So I joined the military at like 19.
Yeah.
Quite a young age.
Yeah.
And I think the reason behind me joining the military is also a mixture between me wanting to help serve the country, bring some positivity.
Yeah.
But then also my dad used to work away at sea.
Right. So you're like Tanner.
Yeah. So I was trying to combine the two together, like do my dad proud.
Of course, yeah.
And also like mix the two together. So he used to work on oil rigs.
Yeah. Okay.
So I combined the two together.
Yeah.
Joining the military was good. It was a good experience. I learned new things. I learned new skills.
Yeah.
Met some amazing people along the way.
Yeah.
But the lifestyle is not what you think it is.
Is it really?
No, it's a lot different. So you'd imagine, like, what would you imagine that the military would be like? What would you, like, hard-working people?
Yeah, of course, man. Like, very, like, positive-minded, like, push forward kind of mind, kind of guy, like, just training, looking after yourself sort of thing, no?
Yeah, I mean, you do get the odd occasion, but it's also the type of people who are just stuck with life. You know, they don't really know what they're doing. So they're employing all these people who are still, you know, not really sure what they're doing. They're just there just because maybe their family wants them to be there, or just some reason, or for the money.
Okay.
So when I originally applied, I was a seaman specialist.
What's that?
So that would be someone who would work on like ships. Okay. They would do like man overboard, basic firefighting stuff as well. I didn't get really much into the seaman specialist side. Yeah. Because during training, I heard about being a submariner. Okay. And then my eyes lit up. Yeah. Because
I need to do this.
Yeah, because I mean, I'll be a little bit greedy, but it was for the money. The money difference was a little bit more. Yeah, I feel like we live in a world now where,
of course, man,
money is important.
You need it, bro.
Yeah,
you need it,
of course. Yeah. So I heard about that, and there was a few roles that stuck out to me, like more computer based.
Okay.
So I've applied to be a tactical submariner.
Nice.
Warfare branch.
Nice.
It was good. The training was good.
Yeah. So like, what do you have to do as a tactical?
So I've used things like radars and things like that. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to go into too much.
A bit geeky, man.
Yeah, a little bit geeky. Yeah, like maths. There's a lot of maths.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there's a lot of maths behind it, like ranging contacts and stuff.
Okay. Wow. Interesting, man.
It was good. Yeah. But I feel like further I got into it, once you finish your training and stuff, because training obviously you need 100% focus. So you're not going out as much.
Right.
Stuff. But once you finish training, I realised like a lot of people are going out. There's not really much to do. It was going out, drinking, and doing various other things.
Right. So your training finished, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Party, drinking, going crazy.
Yeah, because I was based up in Faslane, so Helensburgh.
Where's that?
So it's up in Scotland.
Okay. So Scotland's nice, bro.
Yeah, Scotland's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Sometime,
where it's based is beautiful. It's like lakes and all that kind of stuff. It's nice, but there's nothing to do there. So like, I mean, you can go gym, but then after that, I mean, there's not really much else to do.
Yeah.
They have now, I think they're now looking into doing like more activities on the base. Yeah. But the only activities were to go out and drink at the local town.
Yeah. It's not it, man. Because I can imagine, like, how old were you when you were?
So I was 19. Yeah. Maybe when I was up there, maybe 20, 21.
20, 21.
So I'm still young.
Yeah, 19 is young, bro. If I think about my age when I was 19, I was doing some madness. So you have someone like living away. Yeah, 19, exactly. And then if you finish your study or course, whatever you're doing, then you have a free time drinking and stuff. It's not really what you want to be doing, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how did you turn it around then?
I feel like, so I don't mind talking about this. When I was up there, I think that's what. So before, actually, I was really like into my fitness heavily. I was boxing. I was doing good. I thought the Navy would be like a fresh start in a way. Yeah. And it was at first. But then I feel like I've got like a really addictive personality. Like I like challenging myself. I like trying to do the next big thing. Yeah. And obviously I got into doing drinking and stuff like that, and that's quite an addictive thing. Yeah. And then obviously drugs as well. Right. Yeah, drugs was what I think happened when I was in the military as well. Really? Yeah, and I think there's a story where I had done it for like 3 days. Really? Yeah, 3 days.
Like, what do you mean 3 days long?
Like no eating, no sleeping,
just
drinking and drugs.
That is wild, bro.
Yeah, and I actually I had a seizure from it.
Really?
Yeah.
Freaking hell, man. Tell us about that.
So, basically we were sat on this river bit and we were jumping in the cliff. Yeah. And I was actually doing it like mid-air into the water. It doesn't make sense, right?
I mean, it's just it's wild.
Yeah, it's wild. But I think that's the lifestyle like you used to live back then.
Yeah. It was pretty wild, bro.
You think of some of the weirdest things when you're in that kind of state of mind. Do you know what I mean?
And 19 years old. away.
Yeah. With no like guidance from
Yeah,
an actual parent
yeah,
or anything like that.
yeah.
You know, because obviously I lost my dad at 15.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, man.
So I feel
Sorry
like,
to hear that.
yeah, thank you. But I feel like that's why, like within the Navy, like older role models and men, I kind of looked up to in a way to see what they were doing.
Yeah,
but they weren't
yeah.
doing, you know,
What you?
what I was more passionate about.
Yeah.
And things
You
like
know
that.
what? It's really interesting you say this, man, because again, I'm sorry about your dad, bro.
you.
And there's a lot of young men out there, you know, who are just like young teenagers as well, just like trying to navigate the world.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult place to navigate. you
Yeah,
know?
100%.
And then the people that they're looking up to, sometimes they're not showing the best examples.
Yeah.
And you know,
course.
it's hard, man. It's hard. But you turn it around, bro.
Yeah, no, I did.
You turn it around,
Yeah.
man. I see you killing it.
Yeah,
You're running.
thank
You're
you.
doing your
Thank
thing. You're
you.
confident.
Yeah.
You know, that's why when I saw your content, I was like, yeah, man, I need to reach out to this guy.
Yeah.
So what's happening now with Maximus? Like,
So what's happening now? Obviously, I had a running every day for a year challenge.
okay, yeah.
That was
yeah.
going well.
Yeah.
But I had a little problem with my eye. Ended the challenge. But I think what it made me realize, like, I feel like when you're so passionate about something and it doesn't go your way, you get upset.
Yeah.
You get angry.
Yeah.
You want to like just
It's
really
really
you want to
frustrating,
punch a
isn't it?
wall or something.
Yeah.
But then it made me realize, like, it wasn't a failure. That
Yeah.
was just a lesson learned.
Yeah.
And we can move on. We
Yeah.
can try
Yeah.
something different.
Yeah,
So,
100%. I tell a lot of people this, that you're on your journey, everything's going well.
Yeah.
Okay, if something goes wrong, then
Yeah.
who are you when things are not going your
Exactly.
way? That's who the real person
That's
is.
the real person,
You know,
yeah.
because it's
It's how you
challenging.
react.
Like, you
Yeah.
get really frustrated, and then you get
course.
really angry. How do you deal with it? Because
Yeah.
everybody have like that.
Yeah, that slope. Yeah.
How do you get out of it? So how did you get out of it?
So I took a step back and I realized I did 36 days of running every day for a year. I'm still trying to upload the content, but working
Yeah.
on other things as well.
For people that don't see that, like this guy's been running every single day for a year, bro.
Yeah.
Like I've
I've
run one time, like park run, the next day I was done.
Dead.
I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm done. And this
Yeah.
guy's been like every day.
I
every
managed
day.
to do 36 days.
Yeah.
But like, obviously the runs were quite big ones as well. I had like,
What's the distance?
so the first, it had to be more than 3K, but the first run I started with was 42K. So a marathon. I started off with a
That's
marathon.
a marathon, bro.
Yeah, then I did like half marathons, 10Ks, 15Ks. So it's a lot of running.
That is a lot of running.
Yeah, there was
every day.
Yeah, it was every day for about 36 days. So it's a lot of running.
Yeah, that is a lot of running.
But it made me realise, like, with all the other things I've got going on and challenges I want to do, like, I think the biggest one is running from Norwich to Great Yarmouth.
I saw that, bro.
Yeah,
I
that's
saw
what
that.
I'm going to try to do.
I saw that. So I started scouting it actually. I had a look from
the-
Norwich to Great Yarmouth. I looked at the distance.
Wayman's Way route I showed you?
Yeah, it's really nice. Really,
it's
really
countryside.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you all the best on that, bro.
Thank
I know
you.
you can smash it, bro.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, you've been on there doing stuff like that. So, you know, all of these things we're talking about, bro, it comes along with life itself, like the challenges we face, how we overcome it, and then we grow, we become a different person,
Yeah, 100%.
So, who is Maximus in the future?
Who is Maximus in the future?
Where do you see yourself going?
Oh wow, this is.
It's
I mean,
it's a big deal, huh?
yeah, it's a big question. This
The
one.
reason why I asked you this question, I kind of put you on the spot. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't
no.
mean to do it like that, but it's nice for us to talk about this.
yeah,
Like,
of course.
I saw you on the story. You said, "I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going,
Yes.
but I'm just doing what I need to do,"
Yeah.
which is nice as
Yeah.
well. You know.
Yeah.
So where do you see Maximus going?
The thing is, I'm still figuring it out. Like, I don't really, because there's so many jobs in this world. I mean, there's so many, like, it is. I think it's probably one of the hardest things is to find something that you want to commit to for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's just finding something you're passionate about. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like just helping others. It's genuine making sure, like, I don't know, it's just everyone can be happy, everyone can live the life to the fullest, you know.
Do you find that you get fulfilled when you help others?
Yeah, like I get a lot of messages from some people saying, like, I've got into running because of you, like I want to start running every day for a year, honestly it makes me smile, it brings a joy to me.
That's amazing, man. That's
I think
amazing.
I think a big part of that stems from, like,
Yeah.
when I was younger, I didn't really get that kind of support.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really get that kind of
yeah.
that drive,
Yeah.
and it kind of like if I can give that back to someone else, you know. It's nice.
Yeah, that's really nice, bro.
it's good.
You know what? That's why I reach out as well, because there's some people in this world, like, they're unique, man, bro. They
Yeah.
have something that
They have a story to tell.
they have a story to tell, and there's something about them. They're just like giving to people and uplifting people, and you know, the world needs a little bit more like that. You
Yeah,
know?
because I feel like there is a lot of negativity.
It is,
especially
man.
online and stuff.
Yeah. We have to like uplift each other, support each other. That's why I'm, getting this more than a brand out, so people can, collaborate and do stuff.
Yeah.
So, what's the most challenging thing that you ever done?
Most challenging thing I've ever done. I would say physically would be the 42 kilometer on ice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
On ice?
Yeah, on ice.
Tell us about that, bro.
So-
How did you keep that away from us like that? Just tell us about that.
This year, February, we flew out, me and my friend, Edward Anderson, we flew out to Sweden,
Okay.
Luleå,
Right.
just underneath Finland,
Right.
and we competed in the Sea Ice Marathon. So it's a 42.
Why? Why would you do that?
Why?
Yeah, why?
It's a challenge, man. You always got to challenge yourself and push yourself into
Right.
uncomfortable situations.
Right.
So it was.
Right.
It
Why
was,
uncomfortable?
Because, like, I feel like, I don't know, if everything was easy
Yeah.
and everything felt comfortable, then everyone would do it, no?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Take
So-
yourself to the next level.
Yeah,
Push yourself a
exactly,
little bit
exactly.
more. Yeah, man. Discover who you are.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You got to, like, step out the comfort zone.
Of course,
because
man.
It's like trying new things as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
Especially as a young man and a young woman as well. You have to do these things. Like, if you don't, you will never go to the next level.
Yeah.
But you need to tell us a bit more about this Swedish
Yeah,
marathon.
so we did the Swedish marathon early February this year,
Yeah.
and did about 7 laps of this little course.
Yeah.
And it was -8 degrees. You had to wear like spiked shoes.
Really?
Yeah,
It was like that?
Yeah, I think that's probably the most physical, hardest thing I've ever done. Yeah.
Wow.
That's the thing. Yeah.
That is crazy. I think I saw it on your Instagram.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram. Yeah.
Man's running on ice.
Yeah.
That is
Honey, where's
crazy.
my super suit? Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. That
So-
was. Yeah.
Do you have any more plans on doing more challenging things
Sport events?
mentally as well?
Mentally, I think a big mentally one would be flat out Norfolk.
Flat out Norfolk. Yeah.
So I've decided to compete not once but twice
Really?
Yeah.
What, in one day?
in one day. Yeah.
This guy, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
But that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Testing the
Testing
limits.
my body, testing my mind
Yeah,
as well.
Testing the limits.
Because obviously tomorrow is the London and Manchester marathons.
Oh right, you going there?
I won't be going there, but obviously I'll be supporting people
Yeah,
on
sure,
like the app and
sure,
stuff.
sure.
But
Sure.
I feel like running is also a mental game as well.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was doing a 5K. Normally before I do a 5K, I have my breakfast and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and I can
yeah,
just
fuel and
mash
stuff.
the time down and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I didn't have a fuel. I didn't have breakfast. I was
Oh,
running.
yeah.
I could feel myself getting heavy, but my mind was giving into that. Oh, you're kind of slacking. Slow
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
You can switch that off and keep going. It's a mental game.
Yeah.
You know. So, taking you to a completely different question now,
Yeah.
right? Going like into the generation and everything. What do you think like about? Because you're like what, 20,
Yeah, like 22.
22.
Almost 23.
How does it feel navigating the world as a 22-year-old, or even going back to 19?
Yeah.
How does it feel? I want to go in your head. So how does it feel?
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
I feel like with like social media and stuff like that, you see obviously so I don't really obviously you know how like people have like body dysmorphia. They think they're like comparing they look small and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Especially with like so I'm not really big into like bodybuilding and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
obviously online you get like Sam Sulek,
Yeah.
the Trend Twins,
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
these people who are like
Yeah.
roughly like our age, my
Yeah,
age,
yeah.
and who are like like 10 times the size of
Bigger,
me.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
yeah,
pressure.
It's a lot of pressure.
Because when I was a teenager, I was on some crazy stuff, but there was not a lot of social media around.
Yeah.
It was only MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace.
So that makes me. That tells you how old I am. So now you have Instagram, you have
Instagram,
TikTok, you have like there's a
Twitter,
lot going on.
everything,
Yeah,
TikTok,
there's a
yeah.
lot going on.
Yeah,
and
so
every time
much.
you open your phone, you get bombarded by
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
what a good physique looked like 10 years ago is
Compared
different
to
from
now.
today.
Yeah,
You know, everybody's
100%.
trying to look like that, and so many people are like taking stuff and
And then they also like the ones that they claim that they're natural when they're not. And
it's,
all this.
you don't know what's real or fake.
Yeah,
man. It's
exactly.
hard.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that's what social media does. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know. So how do you like navigate
that
in
kind
this
of
day
stuff.
and age, yeah, that kind of stuff. You're big on social media. You're doing your thing,
Yeah.
and you will come across stuff like that. How
Yeah,
you
I do,
navigate
yeah,
all
I
these
do.
things?
I do
And how
some-
would you advise someone who's younger than you? How would you navigate?
I feel like, so one thing I do is
Mm.
I'll just take a step back from it and just look in the mirror and just say, that's me, and I'm happy with me.
Yeah,
I'm happy with who I am, and I think it's also looking back on the person you was before
yeah,
and the type of person you was before. I feel
Yeah.
like, because obviously I do believe, like, obviously you're still the same person from before, but you've just changed the way you live. You're changing the way you live and
Yeah.
the lifestyle you live as well.
That's amazing, man. I like that, bro. I like that because I feel like, it's what's crazy about, going from your 19s to your 20s
Yeah.
to your 30s,
Yeah.
your 40s. I tell you what, though, something you need to look forward to. It's actually a beautiful journey, man.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's a
100%.
beautiful journey.
It is a
Like, there's
journey.
something about it. You get wiser.
Yeah.
Especially the journey you're on.
Yeah.
You get wiser,
Yeah,
man.
the people
'Cause
you meet as well.
you meet
Yeah.
people.
You learn
right now,
something.
the field you're in, you will get to meet the right people.
Yes, yeah. That's
You
what
know
I'm
what
looking
trying to
forward
say?
to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
you
really
meet
looking
the right
forward.
people. That's
Yeah.
how we meet, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I went to my friend's shop,
Yeah,
Flavor and Vibes, and you were there.
I
and
was
then,
there.
I saw your Instagram. You're running. I'm like, this guy is cool, man.
Yeah.
So now we're here doing a podcast. You
Yeah.
never know what's going to come out of it.
Exactly.
So things like that. So what's your advice to anybody listening to this right now?
My advice would be just do something you're passionate about. Don't listen to what other people say about you, and just work hard. I think, and just love every second. Actually, love every second of the journey.
Yes.
Yeah, love every second of the journey.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Because
think that's-
sometimes we focus so much on
on
where
the
we
goal,
need to be.
where we need to be.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I feel like, and I think that's one thing, like, I don't really do, because
Yeah.
obviously I've just done a 50k,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm still
yeah.
hungry. I'm still
Yeah,
wanting more.
that's the drive, though.
That's the
isn't it?
drive,
That's
yeah,
the
'cause I'm
drive, yeah.
enjoying
and that's
the journey.
keep the fire burning at the same time
I'm
as well.
just enjoying the journey.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
just wanting to, like,
Yeah.
find more, do
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
I think that's the big
I think
thing.
that's really good, though. It's like the yin and the yang,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. That's what this means, by the way.
Okay.
This is my clothing brand, Lavora. So check it out. It's coming out soon.
Nice.
So that's what it means. It's like that fire you get. That's making you do 50Ks and
Yeah.
20Ks
Yeah.
and running on ice in Sweden, right?
Yeah.
All of those things. But at the same time, you find every now and again, just take a little pause and look back and say, hey, look, man, I'm doing really well.
we did
give
this.
yourself a little pat on the back.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, us guys, we're not
push-
very good at that.
No, yeah.
Like, just to say, look, I'm good.
I think we're a
bro.
bit hard on ourselves sometimes.
Yeah, or even look at this next man and say, hey, look, bro, I love you, man. You're doing great and stuff like that. We're not really good at that. So I'm working on that myself.
Yeah.
I need to do the next one.
Yeah, the next one.
And the next one until I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I need to actually look back and see, like, I'm doing well, but don't get too comfortable as well.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like push and pull,
Yeah.
push and pull.
Yeah, yin and yang.
Yin and yang. There you
Yeah.
go. You got it, bro. You know what? I'm loving this, man.
Yeah, this
we
is
could
good.
go on and on and on.
We
and
could,
on
we
and
could.
on. Outdoors or indoor life?
I think an outdoor life.
Yeah.
Yeah, an outdoor life.
Why?
Just more connected to the world. I feel like with outdoor life, you see more people. With indoor life, I feel like everything that's indoors is all man-made as well.
Yeah. It's natural out
Yeah,
there, isn't
natural,
it?
yeah.
This is going to be a funny one.
Yeah.
Coffee or matcha?
I'd probably try matcha.
Yeah.
But I've heard good things about it. I'd give it a try. Yeah.
It's trendy nowadays.
Yeah,
You know
it is
how it is.
trending,
When
it is
everything's something's trending,
Yeah.
everybody goes crazy for
It's
it.
crazy.
Okay, so running or cycling?
Running.
100%. What kind of question is that? Maximus, it's been a pleasure, my
Thank you.
guy. Thank you
Thank you
very
very
much,
much.
man, for coming down. Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me.
Nice one, bro.